Trump is planning to sanction Nigeria over the killings of Christians, especially in the southern part of the country and other northern parts. Now, the Nigerian government is fidgety over the fact that the United States, they're having a full meeting on this particular issue, the killings of Christians. This is how it started. A pastor from the United States got wind of a Supreme Court judgment that sentenced a Christian farmer who defended himself against a killer Fulani herdsman. The Supreme Court of Nigeria sentenced this man to death by hanging. Yes, the death sentence was handed over to this man. And this angered this US pastor. In fact, he had to come all the way from the United States to Nigeria. He granted Arise TV an interview, and he poured out his frustration over the fact that somebody who defended himself from one who wanted to kill him is now handed the death sentence. This sparked outrage. That's why you see meetings upon meetings by House of Rep members in the United States. They have asked Trump to sanction Nigeria over the killings. The Fulani killer herdsmen, the Fulani Islamic jihadist fundamentalists, would be hearing very soon from the United States and Trump's administration. If you're asking me the question, why is it that you are mentioning Fulani? I have said this before. In northern Nigeria, the Hausa occupation that the Hausa does, maybe cobbler, farmer, some of these menial jobs, you hardly see an Hausa person getting involved in Boko Haram, Lakurawa, Fuad, and banditry. You hardly see a Hausa person get involved in such activity. It is mostly the Fulani that get involved in this terrorism activity. Kidnappers upon kidnappers. The people that kidnapped the Afenifere youth leader, he said they were Fulanis. Most of the killings of Reverend Fathers, two Igbo Reverend Fathers, especially in northern Nigeria, were done by the Fulani. So when I'm calling the names of these guys involved in all these killings that would make the United States sanction Nigeria, the Fulani is a common factor. If you are doing mathematics, quadratic equation, if they are asking you to find X, Fulani is the X factor. So because of these actions of these unfortunate elements, the United States wants to sanction Nigeria. The Trump administration is saying that it will never go back on making sure that these guys pay for the atrocities committed on Christians. Now, after this, two events happened. We saw bishops visiting the president. We know there's a yearly visit or there's a yearly meeting. But however, the witch cried yesterday night and the baby died this morning. There must be a coincidence. After the United States says that they are going to sanction Nigeria over the killings of Christians in both northern and southern Nigeria, we are seeing meeting of these bishops with the president. Not the fake one that we had during the last election. Real bishops. Yes, you see, the APC amazes me a lot. Fake it until you make it. During their campaign, they brought in all manner of bishops without verifiable address or identity. But now the real bishops had to visit the president because of this particular threat by the United States to sanction Nigeria. And some people have said that there's one thing that Tinubu will never want to do, is to have a conversation with Trump, because Trump, in mouth no good. Look at how he talked down on Canada that we are all like wanting to go to. See what Trump said about Canada. See how Trump have been handling international affairs. He bluffed European Union, UN. He said we are not going to be part of you. He's bluffing everybody, not to talk of Nigeria and its president. So the witch cried yesterday night. This morning, Nigerian bishops are visiting the president. Well, they didn't tell us the reason of their visit. They have not told us why Why? What happened? There's no interview as to what transpired between them and the president. But we believe if we are connecting the dots, we can boldly say that it is as a result of the growing tensions of killings in southern Nigeria. Meanwhile, there are killings in Kogi and Benue states, and the mainstream media is quiet. I repeat, there are killings of Christians in Kogi and Benue state. The mainstream media is quiet. Why is it that the mainstream media will focus on other trivial issues other than the lives of human beings, Nigerians, that have been taken by these religious extremists every day because of their actions? See what the United States wants to do to Nigeria. This is the reply of the federal government to the United States. It tells us a lot about the federal government is being afraid. Is afraid of whatever sanction or having any altercation to do with the United States. Tribune on its front page says federal government tells US Congress Christians are safe in Nigeria. Deplores threat of sanction over alleged killings of Christians. So this statement, this headline, the front page of Tribune tells a lot about what is going on. There's a school of thought that if a particular political society debunks something, that tells you that that thing is true. Federal government is telling US Congress Christians are safe in Nigeria. If you are watching me this morning, let's look at the real facts. Are Christians really safe in Nigeria? Christians might be safe in some states, but one of other states that we have these terrorists going on rampage, destroying properties, ransacking villages, and they collect taxes from farmers. Ondo State, recently, 20 people were killed, farmers were killed. So are Christians really safe in Nigeria? That's the question we are asking this morning. Now, if we do not take decisive steps and tell ourselves the truth, this is going to linger for a very long time. The bishops, we have not heard Nigerian bishops, Christian Association of Nigeria, we have not heard their vocals, them being vocal on the threats to the life of an average Christian in Nigeria. We are seeing bishops going to meet the president. You see, we have failed as a nation, we have failed as a people. There's a Fulani preacher that I know, and his picture is on this screen. A Fulani preacher. Threats to his life. He had escaped 3 attempts on his life. These are people practicing religion of peace. This Fulani guy has escaped 3 attempts on his life. He's a Christian. He converted from Islam to Christianity. And the beautiful part of it is that he's converting his fellow Fulani guys. He has called that we should pray for him, that there is so many attempts on his life because he is a Christian. From his brothers who are same Fulanis. Why always Fulani? That's the question. Why always Fulani? Most times we want to just remove our face that, no, not Fulani. Most of the time, the common decimal, the factor of X is always Fulani. So if you leave Islam, this is generally accepted by both fanatical and liberal Muslims. Death sentence is applied if you leave Islam as a religion. It looks like a cult to me. It looks like cultism. Because there are some cults, most of the cults, if you live there, you are better dead. That's why I like Christianity. You leave Christianity today, you come back tomorrow. Nobody is going to threaten you or anything. A religion of peace, if you are living that religion, death sentence, you will be getting death threat. How is that a religion of peace? Let's not go there. So because of this, we are getting the attention of the United States and international bodies wanting to sanction Nigeria. And believe you me, this is not the best time for Nigeria to have any altercation with the United States, because it is going to be very devastating. It is going to be very devastating. You see that Sunday Jackson, that farmer that was sentenced to death by the Supreme Court. If you see the outrage that it has gathered over time, since the United States got wind of that information, since that pastor left the United States, came and granted interview with Arise TV, and he went back with the message. After the man went back, We saw meetings, House of Rep members were meeting on this particular Christian issue. And they have told Trump that this our meeting, we want you to sanction Nigeria over these killings. And everything the Fulani brings to Nigeria, they always bring, I don't know, what is their own, what is their problem? Like, what is the problem? You come to Enugu, you kill. You go to Ondo, you kill. You go to Ogun State, you kill. You go to people's farmlands, you dislodge them. You go to the north, you are even causing much more problem. The Fulani in the bush and the Fulani in the town, they are just a cankerworm, a cancer to the lives of people in Nigeria. They are making it difficult for governance to get to the people. I don't know. Especially those political Fulani. Most of those political Fulani are going to SDP, the Social Democratic Party, so that they can get relevance from that place. That is what they do. They always cause katakata wahala anywhere they find themselves. I believe the United States know what it is doing, irrespective of the fact that Tribune, in front of his front page, is saying that Christians are safe in Nigeria. We have reports. These guys are on Twitter. Twitter is a universal social media platform, so they see what happens firsthand. Despite the fact that there's an official statement from the Nigerian government, that is, if I will go with this Tribune headline, that Christians are safe. They have gotten, most of them have gone to Nigeria. They have witnessed. They get messages all the time. Pictures are being sent to them. Videos are being sent to them of the killings happening. They have learned about former reports in the past about the killings in Nigeria. So the US, they know more. They might even know much more than us. Because most of these things, they are even the ones creating it. USAID, you saw the revelation about USAID. USAID that is sponsoring terrorism. So they know much about this, the killings of Christians. So if you look at Biden administration and Trump's administration, they are two different administrations. So one is doing an opposite of what the other have been doing. Trump has come to change a lot of things. So they know very well. They are in a very, very good position to know whether Christians are safe in Nigeria. Even much more, maybe, than the Nigerian government itself. Because of this, their covert operations. And there's one thing, I've said it, let me repeat it again. Tinubu will not want to have a conversation with Trump because that man, in mouth no good. The other time he heard Buhari, he's saying a lifeless human being. The president of one of the biggest black nations on earth. See, it seemed I was holding a lifeless person. I didn't even talk about what he said about Canada. Say, Canada, the boundary is just a line. We can clean that line and make it one of our states. A whole Canada. The whole Canada threatening. He said this one is just part of us. We just allow. We are without the United States. Canada cannot survive. Look at how he talked down on Zelensky. The United Nations. He said, "I'm no more sponsoring this and that. Be on your own." He's threatening the European Union. He's telling Ukraine, "You must accept." So the guy, the last thing that will ever happen is a Tinubu government to have altercation with the United States. So what is supposed to be done is that the government of the day needs to step up its act. To be sincere, that is if really they want to stop this terrorism. Because I just see people unwilling to stop terrorism. I just see people that are not willing at all at any point in time to stop Boko Haram. Abacha has said it. If insecurity lasts for more than 24 hours, the hand of the government, the hand of the government is in it. So, if a Tinubu administration will still be having this kind of conversations, that under a Tinubu administration, Nigeria was sanctioned by the United States over killings of Christians, it is a bad omen to a southern president. We know that Jonathan was weak, and these guys took advantage of the fact that he was a weak president, and they perpetrated all sorts of atrocities. I remember Ihejirika, my uncle. He was in the army. He did a lot of things. Most of the information about these guys, Ihejirika made a statement, said This same person going to SDP, this former Kaduna State governor going to SDP, he is a commander-in-chief of whatever. They have links with these guys, according to Ejirika. So, during Jonathan, he was pressured to drop Ejirika, and the North wanted to sanction the same Sultan of Sokoto that Enugu State traditional rulers are going to meet over killings of his people on our people in the southeast. Are you going to beg him? The same Sultan of Sokoto kicked against Ejirika. They said he was killing Northerners. While he was killing the people that were sponsoring, they were integral part of that terrorism. Saudi Arabia gave us a list. What have we done with that list? Instead, it is Samanekwan and his boys that we can publish it on Vanguard, the names and the account numbers. And we look at ourselves and think that Nigeria will move forward. If the government of the day do not step up its act, I don't know what agreement Nigerian presidents are signing with both Britain and the Fulani. It looks like this Boko Haram of a thing is so difficult for them to stamp out. Maybe I know the reasons why it is difficult for a Tinubu to completely crush out Boko Haram. Because Boko Haram is in the government. Boko Haram is in the government. Boko Haram has taken over northern Nigeria. They are either in the bush or in the city. They are either in the classroom or in the farmlands. They are either in government institutions or in bandit groups. Boko Haram, they are everywhere. Most times, these guys are highly secretive, highly sophisticated manipulation. Have you seen when a woman manipulates a man? She'll be shedding tears. These are the kind of people we have in government. So it might be very, very difficult. That's why one of the reasons why I'm supporting the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration is because of this restructuring, to make sure that these guys are rendered useless in Nigeria if he has the guts to do it. So federal government telling United States that the Christians are saved, my brother, Haba now. Pity for Nigerians, even though Nigerians are gullible, even though Nigerians are stupid most of the times. Pity for Nigerians. Tribune, Saturday Tribune. Pity for Nigerians now. Christians are saved, we understand. I know this is a headline. Maybe if you go into the report, you got to see that there are areas that Christians are not saved, my brother. In Nigeria, there are some places that Christians are not safe. The government will tell you that we are doing our best to do this, do that. There are some areas that Christians are not safe. Within the last 1 week, the ones that news reports, the ones we have news reports, is a lot. Last 1 week, I said it before that there are killings in Benue and Kogi State. The mainstream media, their torchlight not reach that place at all. Not reach that place. People are dying, undocumented, unreported, and somebody is telling us, no, now. See, if you are doing something, sometimes you need to. The world is a global village now. Something might be happening here. I'll just maybe take a picture, a video of it, and post it on social media. Social media is global, all over the world. See, these United Nations, these Congress people, they have their the Catholic Church have their branches in Nigeria. Easy way of getting information. They'll call the Reverend Father, what is happening in your area? The Reverend Father, what is happening? The Reverend Father said, this is happening, killings here, we cannot do this or we cannot do that. I told you about a Fulani guy, that there are several attempts on his life. 2 Reverend Fathers have gone as a result of kidnap and killing by the same factor, X factor. The Fulani, this Fulani gang. I don't even know what is their problem. This Fulani gang. So if the federal government is telling the US, they should understand they should not play on our intelligence. Christians are safe, but there are some areas that is a no-go area. That does not originally tell us that Christians are not safe. However, Nigerians, do you want Trump to sanction the country? Most Nigerians don't even love the country Nigeria. I'm telling you, if you go on the streets, do a vox pop, do sample opinions people have about Nigeria. 60% of persons, of youth in Nigeria want to leave the country. They don't see the country as a place beneficiary to them. Like Nigeria, sometimes some people just open their mouth and say, Nigeria is killing me. Nigeria is wasting my time. Nigeria as a country. Because of the bad leadership. You understand? Go. Many people want the US to sanction Nigeria. I'm telling you. Many people want the US to sanction Nigeria. Because they don't like the leadership. What the leadership needs to do is that they need to up their game and make sure that this is a story. Enugu State Governor has not said anything about the killings in Ehamufu. Constituted authority that is saddled with the responsibility of securing the lives of its people have not made any statement over the killings of its people that have been going on and on, over and over again, repeatedly. Nothing. But you want to build road so that cops will lie on the road. You bury cops on the road. The first thing is to make the state secure. With IPOB and Samanekwa, you are flexing your muscles up and down. But look at the Fulani, look at the killings. Enugu State Governor, even Ondo State Governor, I've not heard any statement from Ondo State Governor on these killings of farmers. They are even blaming some people for not having personal security. They are blaming some people for not having personal security. When we have the police, when we have security officials that are being paid by taxpayers' money in Ondo State. So the problem is, how come that this Fulani has become a menace whereby we cannot stamp them out, cannot stop them for years? Jonathan pumped billions upon billions of naira into the north, built schools for Majiri to stop, but yet they destroyed these schools. They converted the schools for something else. What is their plan? We have said it. We know the agenda of the Fulani. The Fulani is here to kill, steal, and destroy your lands, take away your culture, and impose their hegemony on you. That's what they have come to do. So if the government would not do it, US government can help Nigerian government to do their job. Because a Christian is a global citizen. Just like Bala Mohammed said, a Fulani is a global citizen. A Christian is a global citizen. If the government of the day cannot fight for them, let Trump come in, step in, and fight for the Nigerian people. Because we cannot be here and be killed without having to defend ourselves. Like Sunday Jaskin, when you come to defend yourself, they arrest you, you are going to court. If you don't have a good lawyer, at the end of the day, for defending yourself, you will get the death sentence. So we are saying no, no, no to Fulani invasion. We are asking the government take responsibility so that the United States will avoid this altercation with this person called President Trump.